Hey everybody, so I wanted to talk to you about the market, and I'm not a big market nut or nerd, but that is one thing that is holding people back. And I had just done a video recently about the available homes, and it's about double what it was a year ago, or even 8 months ago, 6, 8 months ago. So the other thing I want to talk about would be the impact COVID had on the mortgages. You know, how many do we think are really going to end up going under? Are we going to have, I have no crystal ball, but are we going to have a recession like '08? And so, I have buddies that are in the financial world, of course, as you would expect, right? And so I'm going to just tell you some of the things that what they're seeing. And one of them is just a total numbers nerd. And I love that about him. And so what he just sent to me was that GLAR, which is the Greater Louisville Association of Realtors, it says is now 6 consecutive weeks of flat average active listings in GLAR. Okay. So we had when he sent this out, 2092, and I think we have, like, as of today, 2085 or something. So it says this is the beginning signs of a positive trend for a flat baseline of active listings across the board after 5 months of rising active listings, coming off a consecutive, get this, 2 years of reduced listings weekly. So for 2 years, every month was less listings. Okay. And then we've had 5 months of increased listings. So these past 5 months, so since April. All right. And now we're 6 weeks into where it's been the same. Okay. About the same amount of listings. So that's shows that we're stabilizing. Okay. But it says the lending standards are still under control. So if I were to show you this chart, and I'm going to share my screen real quick, bear with me here. And okay, so right here, so lending standards still under control, and I don't want to overwhelm you with. And so it says, will we have a surge of foreclosure distress listings coming? It says it doesn't appear to be. So here's where we had the '06, '07, bubble, and then the burst of the bubble. And this is where we've been since. So it doesn't look like, a lot is going to change. We've been, going right through here. These last 2 years with the pandemic and the interest rates. So then you're thinking about, and we had talked about this with some of my real investor friends, said, well, okay, we're going to hold out. We said this about a year ago. We're going to hold out about a year and a half when people start losing their houses. So because of the, everybody was getting bailed out, they were, not paying their rents, et cetera, et cetera. So here's what the numbers are for, it says U.S. properties with foreclosure filings. And this is as of, let's see, end of the year 2021. And so it right is over 1 million. So, this is where we were with that, the '08 debacle. Okay. And it was a steadily decline, and it is still declined even through this pandemic stuff. Now, obviously, this is just a 2021, but I mean, this hasn't trended up even through here, which, you would have thought maybe from here to 2020 to 2021, it might have gone up, but it's really hasn't. It's gone down. So then I know there is a chart over here of why. So of those homes that were in some type of problems, these are the forbearances and that. So 36%, so almost just a little over a third, were paid in full. So those people caught themselves up, right? Okay, so paid off, brought current, did monthly payments. Almost half were worked out, or they did a repayment plan. So that's this blue here. They did a loan modification, loan deferral, probably added it to the end of the loan is what happened. So only 18% are still in trouble. So they did only 1% were short sales, deeds in lieu, and repayment plans. And one of my good friends does a ton of the short sales and bank owned stuff. And that has dried up for her, and that has been a cash cow for her for years. So I find that very interesting because I didn't see that coming, a year ago when we thought that's what was going to happen. So then this says U.S. properties with foreclosure filings from January to June of this year. And oh, excuse me, January, June, all the years. So this is January to June every year. So from 2008. And, yes, this is more in 2022 than it was in 2021, but it's the same as it was in 2020. It's almost exactly the same within what, a thousand. 2021, I think they just weren't allowing, I don't think they were allowing anyone to foreclose, right? So now that they've allowed, it's still only for 2022, only at 164,000. So it's not anything that's really going to free up a lot of houses either. So you can't really sit there, well, I'm going to wait for, some foreclosures. You might get a couple, but it's not going to be the big boom like we had back here in 2009 and 2010 and, even some in 11, but 2010 was the big spot. So I thought that'd be interesting to show you that we are flatlining as far as what we have in inventory in the Louisville market. Let me stop my sharing here. Okay, so we flatlined in the Louisville market, which is mostly Jefferson County, of course some outlying counties, but usually we're kind of focusing. A lot of people either they want to be in the county or they want to be out. Typically people don't say just put me anywhere. They want to be within Jefferson County for a particular reason, schools, whatever, or outside the county for schools or whatever. So let me just stop you right there. And I hopefully, if you're still paying attention, you like my videos. I try to bring you as much content that is helpful, because moving is a very scary thing. When I moved here to Kentucky from Wisconsin, I was much younger. The internet wasn't what it is today, and so I just kind of had to wing it, and it didn't wasn't really the best. I just got lucky, found an apartment. Now in this last year, it's even been tough for people to find apartments. You have tight inventory. You have people selling their homes because they want to get the maximum dollars. They're moving into apartments. We've moved many people into apartments or storage, because they want to sell their home. They're not ready to buy a new one. They want to wait till the market softens up before they buy something, or actually some are building. So it just depends. Some are moving in with family to get the maximum dollar on the home they're selling. So yes, we are flatlining right now the last 6 weeks in Louisville. So that means the inventory is staying steady. And remember, the previous 5 months, the inventory was continuing to climb. So it was 2 years of decrease inventory. Then these past 5 months, so April to now, it was increasing. And now the last 6 weeks, it's been steady at 6 weeks, about the same amount, 2,000 in this market. What it was about 1,100 in Jefferson County itself. So hopefully I'm giving you value. You appreciate what I can bring to you. You know that I'm going to work really hard to help you find your dream home. And that dream home, it may not be the same dream home that I have. Some people love to entertain. They want the entertaining space. That's what I love. I have a friend, Deb, who does the same thing. She loves to have the entertaining space for family and friends. You might be a bookworm and you just want, we've moved people like that too, that they literally had thousands and thousands of books. Every box they had was books, and they just love shelves, tons of shelves. You might be an urban person where you're going to bike to work and you're going to just be in that whole urban environment. So you'll want something downtown, and we have some high rises, some gorgeous buildings downtown. The Omni also is not only a hotel, but it has apartments and condos in it. Gorgeous building. We have a glass building. We call it the glass building. And I remember when they built it, because they had to move the kingfish from over there. And it was sad because it was like a historic landmark. So, but you may want to be able to walk out and go hiking from your home. And we have houses on parks here, and Louisville has 120 parks. Is that amazing or what? So, you want to work with somebody that will learn your habits, will listen to what you want, and I'm that person. So you won't find anybody that works harder and works more than me. So if you want to give me a call at 502-664-9971, oh Lord, 9971. Again, 502-664-9971. My name is Margaret Weathers. And until next time, take care of each other. Thanks. Bye.